Well, Michael, clearly a tough day.
Yeah. I think obviously when you go behind as early as what we did, you make it hard for yourself, and then to find yourself 2 down, doubly difficult, especially coming up obviously a team that have got a lot of talent. I think one of the most frustrating sort of stats I've had all season at half time was the fact that we've had more penalty area entries than they did in the first half. We found ourselves 3-0 down. Now I don't know if that's a lack of ability, a level of ability between 2 teams, or possibly a little bit of softness when it comes to defending.
You 1-0 down early on, then comes the penalty for 2-0. How did you see the penalty award?
It wasn't a penalty, but we give them a chance, or give the referee an opportunity to give the penalty by not dealing with it sort of a little bit earlier in the passage of play, allowing the cross to come in the box, and then obviously, like I say, there's no way it was a penalty, but ultimately we give the referee a decision to make it easier for him.
What can you say? What did you say at half-time going against 3-0 down?
Just stop being soft, being more aggressive. Thought we were passive. Like I say, there were so many promising moments that came to nothing from an attacking point of view, and the reality is at the other end of the pitch they made sort of half chances into good chances and punished us, but we allowed them to do that by being soft with our defending and not being aggressive enough.
And how was the second half from your point of view?
Well, it was probably exactly how I expected it to go, in terms of them not really doing anything because they didn't have to do anything, because they'd already won the game to a degree, or in their mind that's what it would have been, and I was obviously just sort of pushing and probing, trying to get a little bit of, I don't know, confidence back going in for obviously a game coming thick and fast on Tuesday. But again, there was moments in that second half where we get in great areas, we're in the box and we hit the first man or misplaced the pass, etc. So there was a lot of stuff that you'd like to think will be better on Tuesday and have to be better on Tuesday to try and get anything from that game. The
only positive ultimately, the nice goal from Tom Sang on as a substitute, he put that away nicely. Yeah,
it was a good finish and he looked lively when he come on. I thought the subs in general when they come on looked lively, give us a little bit of impetus. And obviously, when you're 3-0 down at half time and the game's sort of getting away from you and not really getting back into it in the second half, you do start thinking about what Tuesday might look like, and there's a couple of them give me food for thought for Tuesday.
Is today's scoreline, the emphatic manner of it, all the more disappointing given you had the boost of a much needed victory a week ago? You came here with an unchanged team.
Well, look, at the minute, when we lose, and that's got to stop very, very quickly. Listen, you can go a goal behind in any game of football and go behind early in any game of football, but you give yourself a chance by staying in the game and keeping it 1-0 for as long as you possibly can. And to concede the second and the way we did was obviously frustrating, but we can't give the opposition the chance to do that.
And there's no getting away from it. This away form is becoming a real irritation, I guess, for you. It's 6 points you've collected from 13 away league games now this season, which is a poor return, isn't it? Well,
it is, and it's very strange and different to certainly what I've been used to throughout my career as a manager. My away record has been pretty good, to be fair, if not better than my home record, so work that one out. Obviously we have to address it, we have to be better, and we get an opportunity to do it in about 48 hours time.
Nice to get Temple Ojanaka involved straight away, coming on for his league debut as a sub.
No, definitely, yeah. You can see obviously what he's about. Physical, he's reasonably athletic as well. He'll give us a presence in the middle of the park, and someone that we're glad we've got him, because I think that type of player between now and then the season is going to be games where we really need it.
You've got more options now. You've got a bigger squad, haven't you, with the addition of the January signings? Does it give you a chance to make lots of changes, freshen things up for Tuesday potentially?
I think so, yeah, and I think that was always potentially going to be the plan anyway. We've got players who probably 3 games in a week isn't a great idea anyway. So I think this almost gives me that opportunity to do it, because obviously there won't be too many players in that dressing room expecting to play on Tuesday.
What are your thoughts moving forward when you look at the bigger picture? Obviously, you had the boost of a win last weekend. This was always going to be a tough one, given the goal power in the MK DONS side. You've added to the squad. It's a new look squad in many ways from 6th edition. So are you hopeful? Are you confident that things will start to settle down as the players bed in, the new players?
I think from an attacking point of view, 100% it will. I'm confident of that. I've got no issues. I just think we need to. There's sort of 1 or 2 players who are really soft today, and I think they know it. And I think it really cost us actually. I think organisation-wise and the way they set up was fine. Just you look at the goals that they scored and the way they scored them was just, like I say, we'd expect more from certain individuals in the group today.
Do results like this put the pressure on yourself again, Michael, when coming off
I think I've said it about 1 million times already. The reality is every single game's pressure, and if you lose 5-1, of course it does. So you're asking a question that the answer is, of course, yes.
Okay, so a big 48 hours or so coming up ahead of the Cambridge game. You need a response, clearly. We
do. Well, we have to certainly be better without the ball, definitely. We have to be more aggressive, a little bit less passive. Certainly, obviously, both boxes are where the games are won and lost. I've got no doubt about that. So, no matter how you set up, how you play, what you do in between that, the reality is you'll get judged in both boxes. And we're coming up against a side who don't give many chances away. That's a fact. I think they've conceded the least, or if not, they're in the top 2 or 3 teams in the season that have conceded the least. So I think from our point of view, we're up against it. But they're the type of challenges that you've got to enjoy and rise to. And the reality is, if you're going to respond, you might as well do it at a place like that.
And you did beat Cambridge earlier in the season at the Meadow. So does that give you a degree of confidence, or you have beat them before?
It should do, yeah. If I'm a player in that dressing room, definitely. I think that there's still a few players in the dressing room who played in that game and obviously were part of that side that won on the day, and that's something that we can look at as well. They've got a few additions, obviously, that make them a little bit better. But no, I think you've got to have the confidence that we've already beaten one, so why not do it again?
Are you hopeful that Anthony Scully might be available after injury for that one as well?
I mean, I think he trained yesterday, come through it okay without any particular reaction. Obviously, he's had a couple of weeks off the grass, so whether it comes too soon or not, we'll obviously weigh that up. But as long as he gets through the next sort of 2 or 3 days, if Tuesday's too soon for him, he'll definitely be available for the weekend.
And the final one, I know we spoke briefly about this before the game, but the fact you have got 6 fit and available loanees, Brad Hiovia sadly unavailable because of injury at the moment. You left out Tommy McDermott. Is that going to be tricky moving forward? Was it a tough one to leave Tommy out today, given that he's been pretty regular for you this season since coming in on loan from Burnley? Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not nice when you have to do those type of things, but it is part and parcel of the job. Clearly, in an ideal world, you'd only have 5 loans, so you don't have to put yourself in that position. But we're not in an ideal world, so I don't worry too much about it. I'd be more concerned if it was a situation where, when you leave a type of player out, he's a good kid, and obviously he's had a mixed loan. It's been up and down for him, and I get all that. But the reality is, he's got a great attitude, and he'll come strong again, and he'll be chomping at a bit to try and be involved on Tuesday.